On how to find a cross-reference file, how to add items to the cross-reference file, and how to upload that cross-reference file, and to see how it interacts with our inventory files. So first I'm going to show you how to find the cross-reference file. So you go to Inquiries, and number 16, AR Inquiry. You're going to move over to the Customer field and place a C here for Customer. And we're going to look up two. So we're going to start with Macy's. And we're going to go look for Macy's.com, which is down here. And we're going to place a D on the small little line. Okay. Notice that the cross-reference file is here, and that's Macy's. Okay, if you hit enter, it'll bring you back in. Let's look up Boscov's. We'll look up .com, and you can place a D, and you can see that it's Boscov. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to look and see if an item is in the cross-reference file. So I was given a file by our sales group, or our marketing group, and let's just take a look and get an item. Here's an item 9222. I'm going to go back into the AS400. We're going to exit out, and the next screen we're going to go into is F7 exits you out. We're going to go into number 11, and we're going to put the appropriate company. We're going to put the item number 9222, and it was Boscov's without an S. And we're going to hit enter. We're going to move down, and to see the cross-reference file, you place an X here. And I actually do not see it updated. And how you can tell it's not updated, because there'd be dates and more information here. I'm going to show you how to update one manually. Okay, you can put the cross-reference here, and if you have special pricing or over retail pricing, you can enter it here along with the date. I'm just going to, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to put the item number, and I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to see that information here is populated. That's how you can tell that the item is in the cross-reference file. Now what we're going to do is, the cross-reference file is not the only place the item needs to be in for Company 2. It needs to be in the reserve file as well. Otherwise it will not feed through, and it needs to have stock. Okay, so notice we don't have on hand here. Okay, so this item will feed a 0 in the in the inventory file. But to get to the reserve to see if it's in the reserve, and Angelina and her group in customer service handles the reserve, and you can ask her to add it. You place an R here for reserve. Okay, I see Boscov, but I don't see the .com. So what we're working on is the .com right now, so you need to add this to the reserve. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to add it to the reserve, and I'm going to add it until July, because most of them are July. So my expiration date will be 1/22. It's a backwards date, 07/30. And the customer I'm adding it to is, I happen to know the customer. It happens to be 31116. The item we're adding is 9222, and we're going to add about 200 pieces. And then it drops down, and it will be in the inventory file. Now we're going to exit out. So that's how you add one manually. Okay, if you were to add one using an upload, let's go back to the Excel. Now I see a couple items here that you can, I mean, it's a handful, so you can really add it manually. But notice the different tabs. You can't have different tabs when you're doing an upload. So you want to copy this. Okay. Just give me 1 second. You want to copy this and isolate it. Actually, I'm just gonna highlight these guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna highlight the main information. I'm gonna cut and paste it. I'm gonna copy it. And I'm gonna go File, New, and I'll place it in a new file because we want it isolated to its own. Again, any information that you might want to put into the cross-reference, you would leave into the file. Okay, it's still thinking. So basically, I have my item number. I only want certain things. I'm just going to take this information out, delete. You can leave your description in. We don't need any of this information. You might want cost. And this is retail. So when you're modifying your file and you're getting it ready for the upload, you want to make sure that you know what columns they're in. So your items in A, your description, but you really need the item, and that's really all you need. But if you want to add the other information, you can. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go with the item. I just know that that's A. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back into the AS400. Okay, actually before we do that, we're going to save it to our desktop. And we're going to upload it into what we call PC Pound. Okay, let's save it to our desktop. And I'm going to name it the customer number. And we name it as a CSV, because you always want to upload as a CSV. And it's this one, comma delimited. And save. And say yes to the format. And you always want to have it closed as well. I'm going to close this one. I'm going to don't save. Now we're back in the AS400. But before we upload the file, we have to place the file in what we call the PC Pound. So I'm going to go into my emails, and I'm going to go out to another browser, and I'm going to type www.qkb2b.net, and I'm going to click in there, and this is what we call the intranet. This is how we're going to get the file from our PC into the AS400. So when you have a user and password, it's going to be your AS400 user and password. Hold on 1 second. I just changed mine. Okay, beautiful. And if you notice over here, it's going to be upload document. And we're going to choose the document. And it was on my desktop. And make sure your all files are on. And we're going to select that document. We're going to open that document, and we're going to hit upload. And it says it's successfully uploaded. Now we're going to go back into our AS400, and we're going to go to the main menu, and we're going to go into authorized programs, and we're going to type. You can type it or you can find it. It's this program here, which is XFUPC, and we're going to place an R to run it. So our company is O2. Our cross-reference, remember, it's Boskoff. Oops. Let's spell that right. Without the S. And, hold on, I'm going to go back. I just want to show you something. It always lands in PC Pound. That is your... Hold on one moment. That is your land folder, so PC Pound. And you're going to name it. You're going to place the name that you named it. So I named it the customer number.csv. And basically, I want to add it. So here, if you want to add it, you just place a Y to add. Then you move down and say it's a CSV. And the only thing you really need is your A for your item. But if you wanted to put in the retail pricing, you can do that. If you wanted to put the regular pricing, you can do that as well. And look at the cross-reference file. Once I hit enter, it's going to blink and it goes away, and you've uploaded your first file. You can also put your email here just to see if everything went through. You can also clear your files completely by using the C, and then upload a completely new file. The next instruction will be how to see if it's in your inventory file, which will be a new video. Thank you.